This is a legitimate title contender in the SEC. I loved what I saw from Texas A&M. The question becomes, can they handle success? Here's always the thing is that when we see these teams take these giant steps forward, and it's like they do something really special, what ends up happening is you've got to mature really quickly because can you handle that success? Because if you can't, you start believing all the headlines. And you start looking around and everybody's tires are filled up. That's right. Everyone's pumping their own tires. And here we are. And it's like, aren't we great? But that's the exact mindset that goes out and gets you beat by a team that might not be as talented as you, but is more focused than you. And we see it time and time again in college football. So for them, the next step for their program is not just getting a win like this on the road against Notre Dame, but now go out and handle business against teams that you're better than. The best teams in college football always handle their business against lesser opponents, or for the most part, they do. This is what has allowed Penn State to get really good. Obviously, Ohio State does this. Georgia does this. Lesser teams just don't beat these teams. So that's the next step for Texas A&M. This is what the schedule looks like moving forward. They've got a bye week. Then they're going to be home to Auburn. They're home to Mississippi State, home to Florida, at Arkansas. These are games that you got to go win. And then later in the year, then you start to ramp up. Now, we saw them do some special things after the Notre Dame loss last year. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, they were either 6-1 or 7-1 at some point and really faltered down the stretch. My advice for A&M would be don't think about November now. The great teams, the great ones, they not only get those wins, but then they immediately focus internally on their own standard so that they can go out and play their best football regardless of the opponent the next time out. Just focus on what's in front of you, one step at a time.